Hi, I'm Walker County Sheriff Steve Wilson with a reminder about early voting. Early voting will begin here at the Walker County Courthouse on Monday, April the 29th, and will extend for 3 weeks, 8 to 5 p.m. daily, with 2 Saturdays also included.
Okay, Steve, let's hear what you got to say.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on today. I appreciate that. Yeah, we've known each other 25 plus years, I guess, and
Yeah.
I've known you since way back in Fort Oglethorpe days years ago, and seeking reelection again this cycle, 2024. This will be looking to serve for my 8th term. I was first elected in 1996 and took office January 97, and I've served since then continuously. I enjoy serving and working for the people of Walker County and giving them a professional law enforcement office that they can be proud of, and I feel like I've done that for the last 27 plus years, and I'm asking that the folks of Walker County reelect me. Early voting has already started April the 29th, and it goes through May the 17th at the courthouse, Monday through Friday, plus we have 2 Saturdays early voting, May the 4th and May the 11th. And of course, Election Day is going to be on May the 21st, and all the precincts will be open that day. And there's everything from some state races on there to local races, Republican ballot questions, all those different things that you'd find on the ballot. Just to encourage people to get out and vote in Walker County and Catoosa County. We have over 40,000 registered voters, and they're saying probably only about 20% of those will show up. And I'd like to see more than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people they lost their will to do anything anymore, seems like. But I mean, I could say this about you: for the last years I've known you, and when you first run for sheriff, I backed you 100%.
You did.
And Summers, of course, there's Gary is in there now.
Yeah.
Gary's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I try to keep him laughing as much as I can. He's got that. He's got that. When you talk to him, you say something. He thinks a lot of things funny. He's a jolly old guy.
Right. Yeah, I've served when I first was elected. Phil Summers was a sheriff, and then Gary Sis was elected in 2012. So I've been able to serve with 2 good guys, great relationships with them, and we work back and forth together. Our offices do, because we're so closely associated geographically and with population. We're about the same size, and so we work together a lot, and enjoy working and knowing both those guys.
Yeah, how's Phil doing? I hadn't talked to him.
I texted with him here a couple of weeks ago, and he's enjoying retirement. Glad he did it. Taking care of grandkids, those type things, and doing a few hobbies, and just out of the limelight now, and he's glad to be retired.
Yeah, well, I don't want to retire. I want to slow down but not retire.
Well, that's, people have asked me why I didn't retire this year, because I was eligible to, but I just didn't feel comfortable about retiring. I enjoy going in and working and being around people and trying to make a difference in our community, in our county. And, I prayed about it, and I had peace about running again, and here we are.
I'm glad you did.
And here we are.
And what was it?
FOTV?
Yeah, FOTV 42. And I run a lot of commercials for him, and I didn't charge him nothing because I thought that he was the man to do the job, and he turned out to be A man's been in there all these many terms needs to stay there. If he can function, he's able, and all that, he needs to stay there. You got to use what you got. Don't change, because you don't know what else is going to come in. And what works is where you should stay.
Well, I think so, as long as the person in office is competent, active, knowledgeable, hands-on, and I certainly think I'm all of those, or I would not be running. I still have a lot of energy for the job, passion for the job, and that's what it takes. It's a tough job, mentally, not so much physically, but there's a lot that goes on within a sheriff's office. There's a lot of moving parts that goes on in the sheriff's office, and you need someone that's knowledgeable. I've been there 38 years, Lamar, 27 as a sheriff, but I went there as a young man in 1986, and from the ground up, I come from the bottom all the way to the top, and that's how I got to where I'm at. I didn't start at the top like some people would like to do.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're still there.
Well, I think so.
And that's why you need to be still there.
Yeah.
All you voters out there, and I think it's a pleasure and to be able to help somebody that's doing good for the community.
You mentioned about contributions there. I'll just give myself a plug of my campaign. If there's someone out there that would like to make a donation, they can go to sheriffstevewilson.com and give online. That's the easiest way for people to give nowadays, unless you're in person. Again, that's sheriffstevewilson.com, and you can make a $10 donation, $100 or $1,000, just whatever you feel like that you'd like to support our campaign.
Yeah, when I used to own A&B, I used to get all my friends to donate to you in summers.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And we would be glad to sponsor anything you got going when you get. I'm having a feeling you're going to win again.
Well, good. Thank you, sir.
I think you deserve it.
Thank
to be a sheriff again. I don't care what nobody's. I never hear nothing bad about you anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing I heard bad about you is when you got sick.
Yeah. And I had cancer in 2009 and went through a lot of treatment. And so far, all my doctor's visits are good. And I'm still doing really good.
Yeah, and you look healthy.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I'm eating good.
Yeah, I eat too much, but it don't go. But it goes in my feet.
Yeah.
And I tell my hair, when I do a show, sometimes I get on there and my hair's sticking up. I would shave my head, but I'm too ugly. I'm ugly enough. So, but you look good, and
Good.
I think, like I say again, I think you should be reelected, and I would do anything I can to help you be reelected.
I appreciate it, Lamar. Just having me on today, that's a plus. And again, sheriffstevewilson.com is the best way to get my information. Of course, we've got a Facebook page, Reelect Sheriff Steve Wilson, and you can go on there. We post a lot of stuff, our videos and things, to the Reelect page on Facebook. It's funny how 20 and 25 years ago, the internet wasn't available, social media wasn't available, and we campaigned a lot different my first two terms than we do today. And technology changes. I guess people ask me, what is the biggest thing that you've seen over the last 28 years? And my first answer to that is the technology, not only with your TV studio, but in law enforcement. Yeah. We've come such a long way. We've come from the Stone Ages to the New Age in law enforcement because of technology that we use now, to apprehend, track criminals and to process criminals, all those different things that we do. We've been able to stay on top of the technology and move forward as it has moved forward and has improved. So,
if there's any out there that we can use here, we try to find it.
Yeah.
And we're finding some other stuff like that AI. We're finding other stuff that will help the sheriff's department. And, if you wanted to put a logo on our website so people to keep up with you,
yeah,
we'll do it.
Sure. Well, good.
and local sheriff news, and of
Yeah.
course, and just the logo's all we need.
Yeah.
And they click on it, it automatically go to your website. Be
Go to
glad
my
to do that.
Oh, great. We'll do that before we leave today.
Yeah, well, you have to tell him. I know how to build them. I don't know how to run them. And but I know the technology is coming.
Yeah.
I keep up with technology, and me being in the recycling business, I used to watch the stock market,
Yeah.
and when the stocks were doing good, I'd call that company and ask them for their scrap. Of course, they was making so much money they wouldn't even care about their scrap.
Right.
And then I would get that scrap, and that's how I was making a lot of money back in the day. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we can do a show like split screen. We can do everything here. I mean, it's not anything much we can't do here.
Yeah.
I mean, our goal is to talk to kids about suicide. We want to talk to the kids about that. We want to talk, anything about drugs, how bad it'll screw your life up,
Right.
drinking, and you hadn't seen our show, Divorce is Hell. If you watch that, we'd like to have some people that's been divorced come in and do a series.
Yeah.
And you watch that on our show. It's called Divorce is Hell.
Okay.
and if anybody knows about it, I do.
Yeah.
So, is anything else?
Well, the main thing is just I'd like to ask the viewers if you live in Walker County to go vote early now through May the 17th, or Election Day is May the 21st, and that'll be at all your precincts from 7 to 7. It's been an honor and a pleasure of a lifetime to serve as your sheriff in Walker County since 1997, and I'd ask that you put me back in and vote for me so I can continue the good work that we've done over these past years.
My daughter, she lives in
She
Walker
does.
County.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told me you come at her house.
Yes. I think she's voting for me, so.
Yeah, she is.
Well, that's great. That's great.
My engineer, what is your future ideas for Walker County?
Yeah, we've, it's a great question. We're working right now, we're in negotiations with Georgia Northwestern Technical College to form a partnership to have a law enforcement training center on the grounds at the Rock Spring campus. That's going to be a big plus for local law enforcement, plus the police of Georgia Northwestern Technical College. We were hoping to already be moving ground, or turning ground there at the Rock Springs campus. Still in the architectural phases right now, but that's something going to be a big win for the tech school and for local law enforcement at that campus. Another partnership we're talking with our Walker County schools is the Launch program. This is a program where high school juniors and seniors can get college credits and technical credits. And what we're wanting to do is identify young folks, high school seniors that are 17 and a half, almost 18, to go through our 80-hour basic jail officer school. And we feel like that this will be a great win for young folks that maybe not going to college, but they may have an interest in law enforcement, and we can get them through this jail officer training certification program. And as soon as they graduate high school, they can immediately come to work for us. Then lastly, one of my other goals is to utilize opioid settlement funds to do a 24-month public service announcements about the dangers of opioids, synthetic opioids, all across Walker County through our print media, our video media, radio media, to try to get the word out about the dangers of fentanyl, heroin, and other opioids, some opioids that are prescription-based and some that are illegal-based. We want to do that to try to do a better job in educating the people and save more lives and prevent overdoses in our county.
Yeah, I hate drugs, but As you know, I used to be a big drunk, so town drunk.
You wasn't just a little drunk, you was a big drunk, huh?
Yeah, I was town drunk. I just wouldn't like Otis. I had somebody drive me around.
Yeah.
But and I like to say this, and for anybody would ever come to me and say they need to defund the police,
Yeah.
I think they need to give them a raise.
Well, for what the men and women on the street, the type of work they do, you may have read 2 days ago in North Carolina there was 5 officers killed
Yeah.
in the line of duty. 5 officers, federal and local and state officers. What a tragedy. About every 60 hours, a law enforcement officer loses their life in the line of duty in the United States. And it's ridiculous that we as a country, the United States of America, are burying our police officers at an alarming rate. It's just, we've got to do something to stop it.
And you know what? We got just a few more minutes, but this is a serious situation, with the police officers. When you pull somebody over, you don't know what to expect.
No, you don't.
And they're living a pressure, a lot of pressure. But I've always told people, when you get pulled over, yes, sir, no, sir, all that, you can't beat it. Go to jail, get it over with, and go take care of it in court.
Right. That's where you have your voice is in court.
Do you have cameras in the county?
We do. That's one of the things over the last 2 years. About 18 months ago, we went to the body-worn cameras for all certified officers within the county. We did that with SPLOST money, funded it through a budgeted process with SPLOST. We have cameras in all of our patrol cars now. So we've upgraded, we're talking about technology. We spend a lot of money to upgrade with body cameras and vehicle cameras. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things we've done. Just recently, we got a $500,000 grant from the governor's office, and we've upgraded some technology with that. That's been very helpful for us. We also implemented and purchased a body scanner, similar to what you'd see in an airport for our inmates that are coming into the jail. We scan them to be sure there's not drugs or weapons on their person or in their person, as sometimes we see. So we've done that to help eliminate those pieces of contraband getting into the jail. Just so many things. Like I said, I could sit here all day and talk about where we've come from and where we are today.
Yeah, you remember I bought everybody a camera for the police car in Fort Oglethorpe.
Yeah.
Back in, I don't remember, but I bought everybody a camera, and that really helped the police department.
Yeah, it's it takes all the guesswork out of police work by having the cameras. Video, I mean, everybody expects to see video nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's when they expect to see it, and that's the norm, then you have to follow suit.
You know what I like to see the counties do? I mean, Walker, Chatsworth, all of them. I like for them to raise money, have some kind of thing to raise money to pay for dog food, cat food for the humane societies.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see animals treated better. I'd like to see a law that would put some sucker that's cruel to an animal back behind bars for a long time. I mean,
Well, the animal cruelty laws in Georgia was redone it was about 7, 8 years ago, and the penalty for some crimes now against animals, aggravated animal cruelty, is a serious felony. So, we as a society are hopefully taking better care of our animals, but there are a lot of bad cases out there where people misuse and abuse animals.
yeah, I've seen them tied up, no water and all that, just burns me up. And I work with Loretta Swift, but she hates that.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her I had a mink coat, or she would have never spoke to me. But anyway, I'd like to see some kind of law,
Yeah.
or some kind of fundraiser for animals every year.
Right.
Feed them in a pound, take care of them, give them food, and because I know it costs the county a lot of money to feed them,
Yeah.
and a lot of times they don't get enough nutrition, and to get sick, and I love animals.
Yeah.
As you remember, I had to get custody of my monkeys when
Yeah.
my divorce, me and my wife was into it, and I had some monkeys, and
Yeah.
I was afraid they was going to get, not she would abuse them. She loves animals,
Yeah.
but let them go and not get what they needed. And
Yeah.
I took her to court. And when I took her to court and I got custody of the monkeys, I lived in Chattanooga, and she called a pound up there, humane. They come out and said, "Huh, it looks to me like you're the one getting abused." And animals have a nature, and the dogs and cats, they have a love that no man has,
That's right.
and they should be treated. I was watching a show, a biography in New Zealand, or one of those countries over, I forgot what it was. But anyway, I can't think of it right now, but cats and dogs, they run all over the place, and the whole country feeds them,
Oh, really?
takes care of them. I mean, they don't have to worry about a place to lay or
Right.
nothing. They can go to a restaurant and get fed, And, I know it's hard to take care of a dog now, but if you can't take care of one, you don't need it.
That's exactly right. I agree.
It's like children. These coming across the border,
Yeah.
they need to be fixed if I can't take care of them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, really people do.
Yeah.
If you can't afford them,
If you can't take care of them, yeah.
and if you're going to put them, kill them, have them aborted, then you don't need them. You need to be fixed. And all these people coming across the border, they got all them kids they bring over here and all that. I'm for immigration, but I'm not for invasive.
Right.
Tell them about the problem with all this stuff coming across the border.
With well, Walker County is situated in between two interstates, and not being directly on an interstate, we haven't seen a large problem with illegal immigration, even though we know that there's most likely illegal immigrants that are working out of Dalton, Chattanooga, Rome, those areas that are coming through Walker County. But as far as violating the law and catching a new charge, we haven't seen that a lot. I mean, it's when we do, we notify IRS, not IRS, Immigration Naturalization Service, INS. Got all the FBI's and the INS and the IRAs mixed up there.
Yeah.
But, we'll notify them, and they'll either put a hold on them or release them. Most of the time, if they catch a new felony charge, they're going to come and deport them. But we don't see that problem like some of the other areas like Chattanooga, Dalton.
Yeah. Well, I got a lot of friends Spanish. I lived with Spanish people before.
Yeah.
I hang out with African American people, all kinds of races, and until you know who they are and how you can't say nothing about them because they are human beings. They have their own ways and they have their own culture, and I know a lot of Spanish people are good, hard-working people.
Yeah.
And I've got one that cuts my grass all the time, hard worker, and of course, I pay him for it. He's
Right.
legal, but it's an issue with drugs. It's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
That's what makes me mad. That
Well, until they protect the border and then enforce the border crossings, most of our fentanyl is coming through China, through the Mexican border into the United States, and at an alarming rate. And we can fight with all the fight we got here locally, but until they close that border and stop the influx of drugs coming into the United States, if I had 20 people, I couldn't protect it all, or couldn't keep up with all of it. It's just it's overwhelming.
by knowing all kinds of different races, people that I've been around in Miami and all Puerto Rican, Colombians, Cubans, and all those people, African American, Jamaicans, Haitians, and all them people. I've had friends, and I know how they work. And there's some great. There's a guy from Cuba, man. That man could make the prettiest artwork with wood, and if he ever come in your house and done your work, and oh man,
Yeah.
it's so beautiful. And me and him was friends, but we just need to get it to the point you come over here legally,
Right.
and we done open it up enough to destroy this country.
Yeah.
I mean, this what we got now. Now, well, we're gonna go off here, but because you said you got to leave,
Right.
but I know for a fact that there's a lot of people that come over here as ready to work and make a better life.
Yeah.
But there's so many other ones that wants to come over here and destroy us.
That's right.
And they hate our freedom, they hate what we stand for and all that. And we got an administration in there that wants to help them. And we're going to go bankrupt if they'll keep on giving money away.
That's right.
And I just don't get it sometimes. People expecting American taxpayers to take care of it.
Right.
And but we appreciate all of you. And remember, you got to vote for Steve Wilson for sheriff. Don't forget to go vote. Vote early so you can get that vote already in. Get out there and vote early. You don't know, it might rain today. If you can vote early, go vote now while it's pretty weather. So, because you might get lazy if it starts raining. Oh, I don't want to go over there and vote. So, vote when you feel like it. If you want him as the sheriff, go over there and vote when you feel good. And when the polls are open, then go vote. Don't wait around to the last minute. Go vote now. And we appreciate you, Steve, being here.
Thank you, Lamar. I appreciate you taking the time to allow me to be on here.
Yeah, and all our prayers for you. We want you back in office. So
Thank you.
thanks for being here. God bless everybody.
Thanks for joining us today. To watch this show again, be sure to visit talkinlive.com. We now have Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels for you to watch from your home TV. Or find more of our recent shows on most any of your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, world. We will be talking live with you next time. The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin' Live presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin' Live TV broadcast studio, or by this channel or its management.